Let's talk about you moving to a larger home and how do you go about it and get started. I have many clients who want to move from a condo or townhouse to a semi or a larger detached home. And most of the time, it is because they're fed up with the maintenance fee that keeps going up every year. And they're feeling pretty cramped too, and they need more living space. Or they just need more car parking because instead of one car, they now might have 3 or more cars. I just did this myself last year. I moved our family from a townhouse in Mississauga, where we lived for 10 years, to a larger detached home. I'm going to share with you my experiences and the best tips that I can give you, as well as any pitfalls or mistakes to really avoid to make sure that you have a smooth transition from selling your current property to buying a larger home. Especially if you're a first-time home seller and this is the first time that you're doing this. And if you find this very helpful for your situation, please drop me a comment below so I can help you move from where you are now to your new home. First, let's assess your needs. Why do you need to move to a larger home? Is it because your kids are tired of sharing a room and they want their own private room? Or because they want a bigger living space? Maybe you want a separate living room and family room so you can finally have your friends and family over. Or you have a dog, you need a privately fenced backyard. Or your kids have grown up and they each have a car. So now you have like 3 or 4 cars in your household. So parking is one of the main reasons why many people need to move from a condo or a townhouse to a semi or detached house. Also, when you move to a semi or detached home, you have a lot more flexibility. Like, for example, you can widen the front driveway in your front yard so you can park more cars. You can put up a separate entrance door to the basement. And if you have a big enough backyard, you can get a city permit to build an additional dwelling unit. So you can rent that out or put your grown-up kids in there. Now you've decided it's time for you to move from a condo or townhouse to a single detached home. Let's talk finances because this is super important. And let's look at the numbers. Because upsizing to a larger home typically means you're going to need to get a bigger mortgage loan. And a lot of people are afraid of that higher monthly mortgage payment. So let's dive right in and talk about the numbers. And this is what we're extremely good at. When we sit down with our clients, we actually prepare a detailed net sale proceed sheet to look at the numbers and make sure that it makes financial sense. The first thing we want to do is look at how much equity you currently have. What does that mean? Is the selling price of your property minus the mortgage loan that you owe the bank, minus all the fees like mortgage penalty or discharge fee, real estate or lawyer fees. And that's your net proceed. That's generally what you would use as a down payment for buying your new home. So it's really important to know exactly how much you would have to be able to put down on your new larger home, right? So next, you're going to look at what is your budget for your new home. Is it $1 million, 1.2, or 1.5 million? And what would that new monthly mortgage payment be like? So we calculate that as well. So you want to compare your current mortgage payment with the new payment of your larger home. Let's say your current mortgage is now $3,000 plus a $500 condo fee. So that's a total of $3,500 is your current payment. And then your new monthly mortgage payment when you go to a bigger house, let's say is $5,000. So that's higher, but there's no more condo fee. You got rid of the condo fee by moving to a freehold home. So now you have to decide, are you comfortable to afford this new payment with your family budget? Or would you consider having tenants in the basement perhaps, which a lot of people are opting to do, including myself. I've done this also when we moved to our detached home with a separate entrance to a basement unit. So if you could get an additional income in the basement that would offset your new mortgage payment, would you do it? Example, you could get $2,000 for the basement rental. Now your new monthly budget is going to be $3,000 instead of $5,000 and you don't have a condo fee. So you could actually live in a larger home with no condo fee, with the same monthly budget or even a bit smaller budget than where you're currently living now. So many of our clients and a lot of people that I meet, it actually makes sense to move to a semi or a detached where they can rent out the basement. And that's why those houses tend to sell for higher price because there is demand for that rental income potential. And the benefit of doing that is it is very possible for you to move from your current home to a larger house with a higher mortgage payment, but then your monthly budget is actually lower because you have rental income from the basement. And as long as you live in your home for many years to come, you can collect that rental income. There is so much demand for renting in the Greater Toronto area, as we know. So picture this. The benefit is you're now living in a freehold home that has larger space than where you are currently. You can have 3 cars parking or more instead of only 1 or 2 cars. You have more bedrooms, more bathrooms. You have more privacy in a yard, and you have income potential if you want to for as long as you live there. And you could have a lower monthly payment because of that. And you're living in a bigger house. For me, it's a no-brainer. And it's a really great way to invest into your future. One thing we know here in the Greater Toronto area, there is no more land to build on. And we have a growing population. And builders are only able to build high-rise condos. Land value continues to go up. And that's why even in the softer market that we're seeing right now, while making this video, home prices have come down since the peak market in 2021 to 2022. And this week, the market stats still show us that detached home prices are still going up while the other types of property prices have come down. And we're seeing many people, they want to trade up to a semi or detached, and they're even willing to move further away. They're even okay with increasing their commute time, maybe to 30 or 60 minutes to work in order to live in a larger house. So they can have more privacy, a yard, freedom, and flexibility to do what they want with their home. And more parking, again, more cars. So if the numbers make sense for you, it's a great move and an investment in your future. Like, I wish I had done this much earlier, sooner, instead of waiting 10 years to upsize. If you have any questions or you want me to look over the numbers with you and help you with your move, just text me or call me. My number is below. I'd love to connect with you and have a chat. You can also watch my next video. I'm going to talk about whether to sell your home first or to buy first. And I have some great tips for you on that as well. Thank you so much, and I'm really grateful and I appreciate you for watching and for connecting with me.